Hey guys, it's me again, and Bailey. She's sitting on the chair. Felt like making another video. I was planning on cutting my grass today, but it decided to rain this morning, so now I'm hoping that it will dry out so that I can get my grass cut because it is looking rough. My neighborhood where I live, when I bought this house, I thought I was going to move in, make my grass look awesome, and make everybody else's grass look terrible. But that is not the case. My neighborhood, the people around here, they like to take care of their yard, and so I definitely want to stay on top of mine. So for those of you that don't know me, which is probably nobody because I'm just starting, so everybody probably knows me, but I definitely like cutting my grass, doing yard work. That is my stress relief. That and sitting in my sunroom because it's just nice out here. So you might wonder why I'm making YouTube videos out of nowhere, kind of random for me with technology in general. Facebook, Instagram, all that. I really don't do a ton of selfies or anything like that. Normally, that's not who I am. So for me to stand or sit here in front of a camera is, like I said, not normal for me. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something new. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. Very educational videos out there, and so I went back to watching videos about passive income. For those of you that don't know, passive income is awesome, and it would be nice to get on the train of passive income, but it's not easy like anything else. So obviously, YouTube, you can make passive income. I was looking at passive income in general, and they said YouTube, you can make passive income as an example, and I'm like, well, let me look into it, and it got me in the thought process of, you know what, maybe I'll make a YouTube video. I will not be making any money off of this. I can almost guarantee you. I will probably get paid $2 in 50 years. The likelihood of me making any money off this is slim to none, but the research of passive income was really kind of what gave me the idea. I have done a lot of self-evaluating and, kind of just figuring out, really thinking about who I am. And something that I do a lot in my job is try to counsel people, try to help them grow as a person and in their career. Now, whether I'm good at it or not, or whether what I say and what I do is correct or not, it's something that I enjoy a lot. It just comes naturally to me. Again, not everybody that I talk to or try to help may agree with that, or maybe take my advice. But so looking at myself, where I do that at work all the time, I'm like, you know what? I could make a YouTube video and do that here. So just kind of who I am. I like to see people grow. I like to see if I can help people, in any way. So that's part of the reason for the YouTube video, is just to kind of talk about my experiences and hope that people like my niece and nephews who are in middle school and high school, and then my other nieces who are not really at the age yet where anything I'm saying is going to matter, but in a few years, maybe, maybe they'll watch this video. Why not? So, technology has really played a part in our lives now. I remember when nobody had cell phones, which is crazy probably for my niece and nephews to think about. But nobody had cell phones. I mean, the only people that had phones were rich people, and they had car phones. And whether they were rich or they were in debt, whatever it was, they had car phones, and they were massive. So cell phones, I don't think I got a cell phone until I was early 20s. I don't really remember, but I do know, I'm pretty confident I did not have a cell phone in high school. So that's, 16, 17, 18 years old. I didn't have one. Now, my niece and nephews wouldn't know what to do without theirs, I'm sure. But there is a life outside of cell phones. There is a life outside of technology. Go out there and enjoy it, really. So something that I want to do, I want to buy a kayak. I've never gone kayaking in my life, and that's something I definitely want to try out. But technology is good. It helps, for me. I get educated by it. Again, watching YouTube videos, I try to educate myself on finances, on whatever. And, so it's not for everybody, but I was like, why not make a YouTube video and just talk about whatever. So, speaking of finances, as an example, in my last video, I talked about buying a car and financing it for 10 years or 8 years or 10 years, whatever it is. Feeling like you have to have the nicest car or truck or whatever. Some people can afford it. You may see people driving down the road and you're like, dang, that's a nice car. And what you may not think about is, yeah, it's a nice car that they're in debt with, and they're going to be paying it off for a long time. And their car payment could be $400, $500, $600 a month, which is crazy. And hopefully, if you guys have that, it's your money. You do whatever you want to do. But, having that nice car, like I said, it depreciates. It does not gain value at all. And the more you drive it, the less it's worth. So it doesn't gain value. And, something that I've been researching a lot is making your money work for you. So buying a car is there's a difference between bad debt and good debt. So buying a car, as an example, is bad debt because you're going into debt to buy a car that's not going to pay you back. An example of good debt is buying a business. Stupid example, but buying a business where you take out a loan for $100 grand, $500 grand, whatever it is, and now you're in debt $500 grand, but that business pays you back for the life of the business. So that's an example of good debt, where you're borrowing money from the bank to buy that business, and yes, you have to pay that bank back, but you're still making a profit on it. So good debt is definitely something that I've been researching and looking into. Opening a business, as an example, is a scary thought. I mean, really, you've got to have, you've got to be able to risk a lot, to open up your own business, especially if you're taking out a large loan. But you can have the nicest looking everything, but it's gonna get old. You're gonna get tired of looking at it. Your vehicle that you wanted so bad, that you had to have, you're probably going to get tired of it at some point. I mean, you're definitely going to get tired of it at some point, and you're going to want another one. So, for me, I have a 2008 4Runner. I did go into debt to buy it, but not a lot. And I don't know if this is a good decision or not, but when I always bought vehicles, I would finance them for 6 years or whatever. And the only reason why I did that is in case I ever had hard times, kind of planning for the worst. In case I ever had hard times, my payment on my car would be low, so it wouldn't be so hard to pay it. But I would always pay it quickly. So I financed my 4Runner for 6 years and paid it off in 2. And so I've had it for, I think, 5 years now. And somebody told me the other day, you need to get a new car. Yours is old and you've had it for a long time. And I'm like, I don't care. I have 130,000 miles on it, and it runs like it's brand new. Which, by the way, I'm a Toyota guy now and highly recommend. But I don't need it. I did put some money into it to lift it, put some tires on there, which I think looks really good. But again, I spent money on doing that, and it doesn't pay me back. But I do think that we work for money to enjoy it. So I definitely think that you should be able to enjoy it. But don't go into debt and make yourself work paycheck to paycheck just to pay for something that is not going to pay you back. As an example, I bought a lawnmower and I wanted the nicest one that they had. And I sat on it and sat on it and sat on it, and then I talked myself down. I did invest in a decent lawnmower because I enjoy cutting my grass. That is a stress relief for me. It doesn't pay me back in money, but it does pay me back in my sanity, I guess. When I cut my grass, it's like a sense of accomplishment. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, I'm just starting. Like I said, my lighting sucks in here, but I don't care. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something from it. Definitely don't have to have the nicest everything. I look at people like that sometimes, and I'm like, not everybody, but the people that have to have the nicest everything. I look at it and say, how much in debt are you? Are you putting on a show to other people or whatever? So again, buying nice things is nice, and I'm not saying don't do it, because I do it and I struggle with it myself. To not do it, but you should definitely spend your money to enjoy life, but don't spend your money to make your life harder, just so you can have the nicest car or whatever it is. It's not worth it. And nowadays too, with gas prices, you got to pay attention to that. So something to think about. The sun is coming out, and I am going to try and cut my grass. So hopefully you guys have a good day, and thanks for watching. Also, if you subscribe, you'll be able to see my other videos, because I'm sure I'll just keep posting, because again, I like to talk, and I have found out in myself that I like to try and help people. Again, I don't know everything. Feel free to give me some tips that you have learned along the way. I'm always looking to educate myself and learn some new ways of thinking about things and looking at things. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.